This comes from the state, and this is their breakdown. I just typed it up a little bit bigger, like that, but the state doesn't really have this Tom Cruise thing here. So
Go over there. Go over there.
with the light there.
There we go. There we go. That's better.
So, and it shows you here. So if you do up to 20 units, you get $10,000 from the state. That's your first payment, and then it's $3,000 per unit. So this would fall into, for their over 55, would fall between 21 to 100. They would receive $75,000 for just setting up the 40R zoning, and then they receive another $3,000 per unit. So if it was 60 units, another 180 on top of the 75. And then the one highlighted would, whereas where I fall into play, is between 101 to 200, you would receive $200,000. So we're at 180. If the town said, hey, we'd like you to increase that count by 21, then they would just receive 350. But we proposed 180. We're happy with doing 180. And then so the first part of the equation of payment is the incentive of just the number count that you give them. So on ours, we bring down the 200,000, and then they say it's 3,000 per unit. So we have 180 units. You subtract 5 units of what you could do by right, leaving with you 175 times 3,000 per unit, which the town receives when they issue the building permit, and it gives them another 525,000 added to the 200 is 725,000.
You can hold those up higher for us tall people.
Hang on. Okay, so that one's there. Now, this is, now I can do my plug.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
For the so we're going to call it Leighton Landing, which has a nice little, nice ring to it with the double scrolled L's.
Yeah.
And it's Pepperell's Premier Luxury Apartments. So it's over here, but we're doing a cultured stone entry. So it's a cultured stone as you go into the building. It has a barrel roll entry as you're coming in. Professionally maintained. Exterior decks and patios. So the first floor units have patios, and then the second and third floor will have decks. The decks are composite decks, so it's you're not dealing with pressure treated. It's all composite with vinyl rail systems. You have a sprinkler fire suppression system, which adds a large degree of safety and security to the building. Security fobs and security systems. So when you enter into the lobby, you fob yourself into the building. So you'll have a fob that deactivates or activates the electronic locking strike on the door to allow it to open. So you fob yourself in to get in. If you are already in the building and a guest comes in, they obviously can't make it into the building, so a guest annunciation system with video display. So they would ring what would be a glorified doorbell. They ring it. There's a camera on that doorbell, almost like a Ring camera. And in the unit, everybody has a corresponding camera. So you look at who's at your in the lobby, and then you push the button, and electronically you'll deactivate the strike to the door to allow it to open. We have elevators, so those elevators service all 3 floors, and then you'll have a second means of egress through a stairwell as well. We have interior and exterior cameras, which is key for security, obviously, as well. And then if you have any problems on the site, you can revisit. We had in Lunenburg, one of our properties, we had a situation at 5 in the morning. Someone backed into somebody else's car pretty severely, and picked it right up on the cameras. We saw the person coming out, we saw the car, and then we watched the person to what building they went into. As soon as they went into that building, we looked on the lobby camera. We were able to see the person that was walking in the lobby, identified them, told the police, called them, and the problem was rectified. And or whether it's anything, we talked about earlier about a person pulling a fire alarm. You can identify problems that happen in real time. So as it happens, you can look right on your phone and get the display. So we do cameras in the elevators. We do cameras in the entry areas, outside on the parking lot areas. Cameras dedicated to looking at the dumpster areas. And then we do 5% handicap accessibility units. Now, a truly handicap accessibility unit is completely handicap accessible for someone in a wheelchair. So it has all the turning radiuses. Your ovens have swinging doors. They have lower sinks, and you can wheelchair underneath those units. You have 100% shower units that you can roll right into the unit. So everything is 100% ADA compliant. which is a nice feature for people to have. And then we have 25% affordable units, which you talked about. So 45 units would be at a discounted rate for people that income qualify, and then the rest of the units will be market rate. We have spacious floor plans. Where the floor design is the floor area is big rooms, big closets. We do granite countertops, the standard stainless steel appliances, including microwave and dishwasher. We have a washer and dryer hookup in each unit, but we don't supply the washer and dryer. And this is key, which is, you can see, you do need central air conditioning. So we have central AC in each unit, and mailboxes within the foyer. So these are some of the standard amenities that we have.
Yeah, the washer dryer hookups.
Oh, it's a good point. And we put them behind bifold doors.
Yeah, that's.
Well, this is what the building will look like.
Mm.
This is a 24 unit building. We're proposing a 36, so it will be a little bit longer. But you have, as we talked about out in the woods, and on a wood walk out there, is that it's nice when you go with a little bit steeper pitch roof. This is an 8-pitch roof, and you can see the building jogs out here, so it creates another roof line here. Mm. And you're paying more for these trusses, and it's a lot more work, but it's a nicer looking building. So it jogs forward here, recesses back in here, and then you've got the roof line here. On each balcony here, it kicks out, and you have an appliance room here that has your furnace. You've got a door coming in here, and your furnace and air conditioning setup is in here. And then you have a little patio balcony here. But that jogs forward, giving you another roof line here. It steps back, and then the front entry jogs forward, so you have another roof line here. It's all 8-pitch roof, and then it runs the same thing on this half. Then you have another an entry porch here, and then you have a little A, and there's a barrel round entry as you come in, so it's very decorative. Post here, down to some cultured stone post. The cultured stone post match the cultured stone on the background here, so it's a very attractive building to look at. And what we like to do is go heavy on landscaping, all on the front and on the sides. So the right side, left side is heavily landscaped, and the front is heavily landscaped, and then we put street trees throughout. But we like to make sure that we're heavily landscaped in the front. ADA compliant sidewalks here. We do granite curbing at the buildings here because it keeps it cleaner. It's more expensive, but it keeps it cleaner longer, and it's easier for snow removal, so that we can remove snow right up to the granite curb and then over. And then areas that don't have the building areas, then we may do Cape Cod berm. And then we do decorative crown molding over the windows here with a little key, which I'll show you some close-ups on another picture. And we make it two-tone. So we have one color here, a darker color on the bottom, and then we run shakes, vinyl shakes on your front entry here. So the color scheme works really well. The shakes break it up, and you don't have this, because it's a big building, you don't want it to look like a chicken coop. So you need that bumping in, bumping out, front entries jogging out, window treatments. There's a lot of gingerbread on this building to look at, and it's a lot to like about it. So I get that.
I got one.
Oh, thank you. So this is a little bit more of a close-up. It shows you your landscaping, gives you a little close-up on the shake shingles here and the different colors, and then the window caps with the keyway in the middle here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's nice looking.
Yeah, and then you have the cultured stone here. I'll get a close-up of this one better. And you can see the barrel roll here, the building number here, another turned roof line here, but you got all these turned roof lines all the way across that jig and jog out. So it's very expensive to build like that, but it's more attractive to look at it.
Here's another one. I'll take that.
So this is a bit more of a close-up, and it's more in tune towards your front entry. Shows you a better shot of your shake shingles here, your window caps and your keys over the window here. Again, that A here, and then the barrel rolled entry here, and then your cultured stone post. There's one here, 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 and here, with the cultured stone here, and it goes into your lock, your airlock here, where your mailboxes are inside.
This is a great view.
Thank you. This gives you a close-up of the front entry, so that as you're approaching the building, because you want it to look nice, you want a little bit of ooh factor. So when you come in, you go, ooh, that looks nice. Cultured stone post, a nice stone cap, marbling tops post here, that barrel roll, the roof line. This gives you more of a close-up on the mantles over the window with the keyways.
Here's another one.
Really?
Last one.
Sandy, you want all you're seeing is black.
Well, I'm looking at
All
that
right,
over there, and
okay.
I can.
That's a good.
And this is a picture of the side. So you'd like to have, you don't want to have, when you're doing a project like this, you don't want just your front to look attractive. So by bumping these out and putting balconies and then your storage closets here, I'm creating more dimensional quality by bringing these areas out, putting vinyl decks, putting a composite decking here, bringing another roof line here, turning that hip on the roof here and turning the hip on the roof here, so it gives it more character and it bumps out. And again, we're doing shakes here on these bump outs here. They give it more character. Break up the colors again. Run some PVC to break up the flooring. So there's a lot of detail on this plan, even on your sides of the building and on the rear, because the rear matches this as well. It looks the same way. So it's a much better looking building when you
Does
have.
every apartment have a balcony?
It does. And if it doesn't have a balcony, then it has a patio. So
Oh, right.
this is a composite deck balcony. Here, this is pavers here because they're on the first floor. And then when you walk around to the front, that's where we put our handicap units so that we can give them so that they can have a door that swings out to get out to the patio.
So I just want to go back to that question. 40Bs can be built anywhere. 40Rs need to be near commercial.
Correct. They want it within your within your downtown
Okay.
districts and things that are accessible. You know, whether it's a T
Yep.
or in this case here, what's ideal is that they can walk to the post office.
Yep.
You know, you've got a lot of your town buildings are
Yep.
going to be here, your new police station, all of
Yep.
that. So this is ideal location for it. And then you're close to downtown.
Yep. Good. All right. Do you have any more questions,
Excellent.
Sand?
Thank you.
No, I
We
think
all
it's-
got to go take
I
a
think it's
a
something
dip.
nice. You ought to have a doorman in valet parking.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. And thank you for having me in today. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
really
Thanks.
nice.
Thanks for your
I-
time.
I-
Well, thank you for everything.
Yeah.